You found yourself on another episode of Locked On Bulls. On today's episode, we're going to talk about the Chicago Bulls making their roster picture a little bit more clear after roster cuts that went down today. We're going to talk about all that plus more on today's Locked On Bulls.
You are Locked On Bulls, your daily Chicago Bulls podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thank you for tuning in to Locked On Bulls, member of the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every single day. And as we're joined every Friday by C-Dub and Bobby in the building, I want to welcome them to the show. You guys already know who I am. My name is Haize. I'm host and creator of Chicago Bulls and Chicago Bears Central. But you can start the season off with a big return on FanDuel. Place your first $5 bet, and you'll get started with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. Fellas, it happened today. We still got a couple more things to look at and do, but Onuralp Bitim and Kenny Lofton Jr. were both cut today, which clears the way basically for THT to get that last and final roster spot. The question really remaining with the Chicago Bulls roster is what's going to happen with the last two-way deal. Does that go to EJ Liddell, or is there a chance that something else could happen with it? But how do you guys feel about the Bulls deciding to cut Onuralp and Kenny Lofton Jr.?
First off, I want to talk about Kenny Lofton Jr. This young kid still is 22 years old. He had two other teams that he played for, Utah, Memphis. It always been that one little thing that doesn't, because he shows a lot of talent. You know, he can get to the basket, he can rebound, but it's always one constant. He's never in shape. I know that some people think that what makes him good is that beef around there, but obviously
Not
NBA
beef. That's wild.
Yeah, beef. It's beef. It's girth. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, it's not. It's not influencing the NBA franchises. So I would think that he needs to go and look himself in the mirror and really think about getting himself in shape, for he can really give himself a chance to make an NBA roster. Now, it comes to Onuralp Bitim. I don't know what happened to this guy, bro. Like the first game that he started, he played with the Chicago Bulls last year, he scored 10 points, and he looked good. He had a couple three-pointers. We were excited to see him, and then it kind of all tailed off from there. I think that was all adrenaline, that 10 points in that first game. His high game with the Bulls was 17 versus the Mavericks in a blowout where we was getting absolutely cooked. So if you want to count that or not, I don't blame you either way. This guy, when I looked at him in preseason, he just did not look like a professional basketball player. The way he dribbled, his shot selection, and the one or two shots that he had in the preseason. After he tried to take that shot and airballed with a guy right in his shirt, he got immediately benched, and we didn't see him again in a preseason game. So I don't know what's up with Onuralp. Maybe he needs to go back overseas. He needs to refine his game. He's not a 22-year-old like my man Kenny Lofton, who still got a lot of time to refine his game and get back in the league. I just don't know about Onuralp Bitim. But more good luck to those guys, though. Good luck.
For sure. And I agree with everything that you said. I think that when you look at these two guys, it was me. Honestly, I thought that when we came into this whole thing before training camp even started, we looked at Kenny Lofton Jr., EJ Liddell, THT. I hedged my bet on Kenny Lofton Jr. And man, I was wrong on that. I still believe that the guy has some talent, but I think that for me, the perfect word that I see that defines what I've seen out of him is just unsettled. It seemed like it was just too much for him at some point with the Chicago Bulls, in my opinion, my evaluation of him. It just seemed like he didn't know where he belonged. I don't know if that was because he couldn't, comprehend on what was being coached to him, or if anything was coached to him. I'm not going to say that it wasn't, but it seemed like it wasn't just registering enough for Kenny Lofton Jr., because I do think that the kid has some type of talent, but I think that he has to find his ways within whatever team he's going to be on next to just settle down. And I think, C-Dub, when you mentioned the athleticism part about Kenny Lofton Jr., I think that could be a big thing for him. But I also think that it just comes to, when you look at players, how do they fit within the game? Because Kenny Lofton Jr. been around the NBA longer than Julian Phillips, but I'm pretty sure we all agree that Julian Phillips looked like he belongs more so than the Kenny Lofton Jr. when it comes to the basketball game. And then when it comes to Bitim, that was a guy I was honestly pulling for, you know what I'm saying, when we first heard about him. And we was like, man, the Bulls are bringing in a guy that pretty much had blood coming out his mouth because he was competing so hard. And I'm like, man, I want that on my team because, yeah, it's a different league, but that shows me that, hey, you're gonna give your all on the basketball court. And I'm not here to say that he did it, but I am here to say that it just didn't seem right. Like when he first came out, like C-Dub, when you talked about we had those games, it looked all right. You know what I'm saying? And we wanted him to build off of that. But after those first few games, when we did see him in action, it just seemed like it was like, bro, what are you doing? Why are you shooting that shot? Why are you not attacking the basket at this particular moment? What are you doing on defense? Why did you go make that mistake? Why didn't you just, you know what I'm saying, settle down and just provide the help? It was a number of things, but to end it all, hey, good luck to both of these guys. I still believe they got some talent that they can probably tap into, but it's going to be up to those guys. It's going to be up to them.
I think what it highlights for both these guys is just how difficult it is to make an NBA roster. Because Kenny Lofton Jr. is skilled, right? Like regardless if we're talking about the weight and the conditioning, all that, like he is a skilled player, especially for his size, what he's able to do. But the fact is that we don't see a lot of players with Kenny Lofton's build like have long NBA careers. Now, typically we do see those guys maybe that have a solid 3-year stretch. Like I go back to like, and this player was way more athletic than Kenny Lofton Jr., but like Kenneth Faried, he had a solid 3-4 years and was out the league, right?
Yeah.
That was it. DeJuan Blair had it. Now he had knee concerns. Yes. He had a solid couple years and was out the league. Like you just, while this is a league where I think undersized players can thrive, you have to be undersized, athletic, and skilled. And Kenny Lofton Jr. is skilled, but again, it's hard to say if he's athletic or not because he's never really been in a great shape. And then with Onuralp, I think when you look at what Onuralp was overseas, he was a player that could take players off the dribble. He can finish at the rim. He can be a shooter. He was able to be really a 3-level scorer a lot, maybe mainly a two-level scorer with some ability to. Hell, he won a slam dunk contest, and he was a solid defender. He wasn't a lockdown defender, but he was a solid defender overseas. But when you come from EuroLeague to NBA, the one thing that everybody will tell you is that the speed is different. The athleticism is different. You're facing somebody every single night that we're talking about. It could be a second or third string guy on the bench that is more athletic than what you find day to day over in EuroLeague. Now they got some athletic beasts over there, but that's a more skilled league. And I think Onuralp never flashed really. He basically came here and was thought to be a shooter, and he didn't do it effectively. He just didn't. And so I just think that it just shows like how it's really difficult to make the NBA. It just is.
And I think you touched on a great point. Like the speed is different from EuroLeague. That's what makes this league the best league in the world. You may be very good or excellent or great in a league in Europe or a league in China, but once you come over here with the best of the best, you're gonna really have to come out and show your best. Now, when it comes to Kenny Lofton, I know the guy can play. I know he can score the basketball. I know he can rebound, but those type of players with his profile, you look at Zion Williamson, you got to be extraordinary. Look at Charles Barkley. You got to be extraordinary. I don't think he extraordinary. I think he can play. It's just visually, it's not pleasing.
He's extra. He's extra regular. That's what it is. Extra regular. Like he's extra regular.
Hey, I think that's a valid.
That's excellent, bro.
Like he's a little bit more than regular, but he's not extraordinary. He's extra regular. Like
I love it.
Yeah.
You mean like Nick Vooch? Extra regular.
Oh, come on now, bro. Like,
You
gotta stop sleeping on Nick Vooch, bro. First of all, call that man by his name. So I don't even know who Nick Vooch is. Nikola Vucevic or Vooch. I know who that is.
You knew it. You knew instantly who I was talking about.
Because you're that old uncle that gives people names that don't nobody else call them.
Nick Vooch.
Like that dude,
he's a Vooch.
You probably got names for like, what did you call nephew when he was younger? Pinky? Like nobody else.
Oh, I don't even want to say it. I don't want to say it, nephew. Can I say it or no?
No. But it was close. You were close enough.
He was close enough.
Close enough.
That's hilarious. I was close. That's funny.
Close enough.
That is actually pretty damn funny.
Man.
Before we get out this segment, fellas, is it safe to say that THT is getting the last roster spot?
Oh my God, I would hope so. I just don't know with Billy Donovan and the heads that call all the shots, but it's obvious that he's played himself on this team, and if he don't, I'm gonna be highly peed off, bro. Be highly peed.
For real, even if I think that is going, which I think is going to happen anyway, he's going to be somebody at the end of your rotation. There are going to be games to where you come into some games and you just need a little spark. This man throughout his preseason has shown he can go get a bucket. And then you can't be mad at that. The man looked like he's 50, but he still hooped like a young buck. I ain't going to lie to you. But I think I'm really pulling for him at this particular moment. Me personally, I'd rather have him on the team than a select few of guys who's already on the team. One of the guys is nicknamed Catfish.
Yes.
Y'all don't know. His name is Javon Carter.
Leroy Javon Carter.
Yeah, Leroy. But I still think that this is a guy that you should be able to keep around on your squad. This guy has some some years in the game. And I think that one of the most important things that we've seen throughout this preseason, can you come in with the minutes that you're given and can you be impactful? He's done that.
Yeah.
So I say he has earned him a spot.
That's a fact.
He'll play too. He'll play.
He'll
play every game.
That's a fact. Well, next up, we're going to be talking about what to expect in the Chicago Bulls' last preseason game going down on Friday. Before we get into that, I got to get into a message from one of our sponsors, and that is Haize. So C-Dub said he wanted to see the beef. Well, Haize can help you with that. Guys, you ever feel like you need a little boost in the bedroom? It's time. It's time. Don't put me in there.
I don't even want to drink the water because this appeal, right?
It's time you stop worrying about your performance to get him. So you can feel confident knowing that you can get hard and stay hard whenever you're in the mood. Haize is changing men's healthcare by providing you with access to affordable sexual health treatments from the comfort of your couch. Haize provides access to a range of doctor-trusted ED treatments like chewable hard mints and Viagra and Cialis and their generics for up to 95% cheaper. The process is 100% online, so there's no need for uncomfortable doctor visits. Just answer a series of questions on their site, and a medical provider will determine the right treatment option. If prescribed, your medication ships directly to you in the discreet packaging for free. No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. With hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers, Haize can help you find the ED option that best works for you. If y'all want to be on IG Live, telling Michelle to do what you need her to do, Haize can help you with that. Start your free trial. Visit today at haize.com/lockedon. That's HIMS.com/lockedon for your personalized ED treatment options. haize.com/lockedon.
Good job.
You had to know the moment you said beef, I was going to use that in the ad read, bro.
Good job.
You made it through the read. I
appreciate that, bro. Like, it was going to be a straightforward read, but then he mentioned beef. I was like, hey, I got it. I know the segue. But with that said, y'all, the Bulls have their last preseason game, and with now them slimming down the roster and cutting it down basically it's just going to be, other than EJ Liddell, it's basically going to be all the Bulls rotation and their two-way contract guys going into tomorrow's game. What do you guys want to see in the last preseason game?
Me personally, I want to see a quick dress rehearsal. I want to see your starting lineup go out there for a little bit in the first quarter. Play a couple good minutes of basketball, bring in your bench that you're going to rely on. I think Billy Donovan is competent enough that he knows what his starting lineup and his bench is going to be, his rotation. He got to be competent enough. So I want to see who you bring out on the bench, off the bench really quick. I want them to have a great run while they are in, and then let the young guys play. That's it. It's a dress rehearsal for the starting lineup, who you going to come in the bench, who coming in from the bench, and then let the young guys finish the game. However it is. Is it 3 quarters? If it's a half, let them finish the game.
For sure, I love that. Me for the last preseason game, I'm just looking at everybody, that quick dress rehearsal. But I'm gonna use the term to just say, let's just polish it up. Since we talking about hymns, right? Polish it up.
Oh my God, dude, you
If you're taking a hymns to just polish it up, you need to check your life decisions, my boy. Just like I'm not talking about Bobby. Listen, if y'all taking hymns to just polish it off, what are you doing?
nephew, now you started stuff now, nephew.
Like,
My
that's crazy. Hey, that sounds like some Shay activity right there.
Hey, Shay left a comment. I was like, hold on, what you mean by that, buddy? You need to add another comment after that. But in the last game, I'm just hoping that the Chicago Bulls pretty much just touch up and continue to build on what they can build on. There's gonna be a lot of overreactions to Lonzo Ball. Let's pump the brakes. Let's be patient. Let's allow him to move through this process the right way, but then also allow these young Chicago Bulls players that's coming together as a team to mold in a way that we believe that they're going to be. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's 30 wins, a little bit more or a little bit less, just allow the team to play this style of basketball that I've been excited to watch throughout this entire preseason. The ball is moving, players are moving. Last night, the Chicago Bulls shot 43% from the three. It's been a long time since I've seen that statistic. And these guys are knocking that down. And the player movement has been a beauty to watch. Guys moving. Josh Giddey with his passing ability. I seen Zach LaVine make a beautiful pass to Lonzo Ball, get him an easy two. Just go ahead and continue to build on that. P. Will seemed like he was a bit more aggressive in this last game. Let's build on that. In the defense, I don't necessarily know what the statistics read in preseason. I ain't really looking at it at this particular moment, but with a viewing eye, it looked like it was at least respectable, you know what I'm saying, for the most part. So let's continue to build on that. Let's continue to build the chemistry, and let's get ready to have a fun season, regardless of the win total. Let's get ready to have a fun season, because this play style is going to keep the Chicago Bulls in a lot of games, in my opinion. Whether they win or lose them, they'll be in a lot of these games for the way, if they decide to continue playing this way.
100% agree with that. What I want to see in this game, and I think with us having a full rotation, of course, if Io, Modest, and those guys come back, if everybody does play, I want to see a quarter and a half, maybe even the whole first half of the game of your actual rotation you plan on running. And then in the second half of the game, do whatever you want to do. Have players work on individual things. Let's see the G League guys. Let's see the two-way contract guys. But I would love to see that first 16 minutes of that game be the actual rotations that you plan on running. Your first 8 guys. I want to see those guys. I want to see how they run together. I want to see how they operate together. And then in the second half, do what you need to do. Sit your guys that you need to sit. But that's really what I hope to see, so that we can really, because listen, the starters, until last game, the minutes that we did see from the starters had me a little concerned. But after last night's game, the starting lineup looked like it hummed really well together. Yeah. And so if you can get that bench unit, which now with having Lonzo there and, having him be able to run those minutes with Dalen and Julian and Io, I would just love to see a glimpse of what that rotation, that 8 to 9 man rotation is going to be, and what they look like, the combination of guys you have out there. Yeah. And then, hell, let Wes Unseld Jr. coach the second half and just have fun with it.
Don't start nothing, Drip.
Just start nothing.
They gonna start calling for Billy Job.
I didn't think about that.
You already know.
Because the amount of people that still bring up, but Chris Fleming on that 9-game run is like,
nah, bro.
We like, bro.
We 4 years removed from that 9-game run. We still talking about that?
Yeah.
I forget all about that, man. Move on.
As you should. It don't matter no more.
Don't.
But with that said, like, do you with everybody looking like they're all going to be healthy to start the season off? Mm-hmm. Where has from the beginning, from before preseason started to right now, how's your confidence in this team changed?
I would say my arrow has to be pointing up. I think everybody had to feel the energy of yesterday's game. You could see it in post game in the locker room. You see everybody was together. I think the team is together. I think I have not seen this team like this since 2021-22. It seems like they got a mission. I don't know if they can accomplish the mission or not, but it seems like they all together, they trying to prove everybody wrong. And they something about family. You hit them, they 1, 2, 3 family. That I think they got a mission, they got a goal. I don't know if they can accomplish that goal or anything like that, but I think the arrow's pointing up, man. I'm excited to see these guys play and see if they can prove to everybody. Prove to me. Prove to me too. What can you guys be?
For sure. For me, Drip, my confidence level remains the same. I still think the Bulls, they got an opportunity to win 30 games. We seen after Lonzo play 15 minutes. A lot of people say, we going to win 45 to 50 games. I was like, hold on, chill. This is the preseason. Let's relax a little bit. Lonzo going to be the starter and play 30 minutes a night. Hold on, chill, relax. So me, I'm taking it the preseason for what it is. It's that time to build that chemistry. It's that time to see who belongs, who doesn't belong, who fits, who doesn't fit. So my confidence level, I'm still going to remain even keel with it. I still think that the Bulls could snatch up 30 wins on the season. Me personally, I wouldn't be surprised if they get a little bit more, but it will be dependent on some factors. And we can discuss a lot of the different things that's going on with the team. And I think those are going to be important for the success of the Chicago Bulls. But right now, I feel pretty confident in my prediction of saying that they're going to be an exciting team. We'll let the win totals come as they come. The first few honestly, from the start of the season to like December, it's a gauntlet. They gonna be battling. So for me, I'm just standing pat. I know they're gonna be in some of these games. If they can pull some of them out, maybe I'll trend a little bit higher when it comes to the confidence level. If we scaling on a 1 to 10, right now my confidence level in this team is probably at a 6. If they beat some teams, I believe that they shouldn't be beating. Like, just for the sake of discussion, let's just say they start the season off 3-0. I'm like, hold on, you grab my attention. I move up a little bit, but I'm gonna still be a little bit cautious because we know that you can start the season off 3-0, but then you can lose the next 7. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it plenty of times. So taking my time with this. I know it's not exciting as everybody else wanted to be. I'm just taking my time with it and letting the thing play itself out because we don't know what's going to happen with Zach LaVine. We don't know what's going to happen with Nikola Vucevic and Lonzo Ball. I'm just taking it and chilling, bro. That's how I'm going with it.
Yep. I agree with that 100%, man. We're going to finish off as we do every Friday with buy or sell. But first, we got to get into a message from one of our sponsors, and that is FanDuel. All right, everydayers, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, man, we're going to talk to you guys about one of our most consistent sponsors, and that is FanDuel. You can start the season with a big return on FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. You'll get started with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. So in case of Shay, he would have to not use that $5 for him and instead use that to place his first bet over on FanDuel so he can get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed so he can win a little bit of extra money so he can afford more hymns to help polish himself off. All you got to do is go to FanDuel.com. Again, that's FanDuel.com to get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. FanDuel.com and tell them Locked On Bulls sent you. All right, fellas. Buy or sell, man. Every Friday, people be looking forward to buy or sell. It's the last episode of the week before we go into the weekend. You guys ready?
Let's get it, big dog.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. With that said, man, so we finally got to see the first game back from Lonzo Ball. Buy or sell Lonzo Ball playing at least 62 games this season.
Damn, that's a lot. Buy. I'm going to be extremely positive with this kid. Buy, but I got money to blow.
Lonzo Ball plays 62 games. Man, that'll be great for him in his future. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna sell it. The reason I'm selling is because there's no back-to-backs. And we know there can be some inflammation. Kawhi. My goodness. But nonetheless, I'm gonna sell it only because I gotta see a little bit more before I jump off the porch. I'm ready to. I'm right there. I'm ready to. And I'm happy for what I seen out of Lonzo that first game. But it's only the beginning, man. It's only the beginning. Everybody know once you take them few months off, you can ask a couple people on this panel. You take a couple weeks off, couple months off from working out. Once you get back to working out, you feel good that first day after the workout. But
That's
day
true.
2, 3, 4, 5, you got to work that thing through. You got to see what's up. So I'm just right now I'm selling, but I'm ready to buy. But I need to see a little bit more before I commit.
How impressed were you that first game from Lonzo, nephew?
I was very
1 to
impressed.
10.
Impressed? I'm 10 because I didn't expect him to do any of those things.
100%.
Any of those things. Did I expect him to come out and still be able to shoot the 3 ball? Absolutely. I didn't think that he was going to still be that good off, you know what I'm saying, playing defense. And I didn't think that the IQ, I'm not saying that he can lose it, but the IQ still appears to be there. But again, it's still a small sample size, so I can't jump off the porch yet.
Awesome. Go ahead.
And I agree with that. I understand the excitement, right? There's going to be a lot of excitement around getting to see Lonzo Ball because it's the first time we got to see the young man in so long, and there should be a lot of excitement. But, let's let what Lonzo's going to be able to be, let's let that story be told over the season, right? Like
I agree.
And I do think there's a chance that he could play more games because after seeing him now, I feel more confident than I did before that he's going to be able to play a handful of games. But
that's a fact.
Pump the brakes on that a little bit. We'll see. We'll see.
For sure.
Over, under, who play, well, buy or sell, I should say. Julian Phillips plays more minutes than Torrey Craig this season in the Chicago Bulls uniform.
Sell because of Billy. Billy. Oh. I think Julian Phillips definitely should play more minutes than Torrey Craig. He's a young, fearless, talented young individual, athletic, one of the most athletic players on his team. But I just feel like Billy Donovan, he loves his veterans. He's going to play Torrey Craig more.
I understand that, but I'm about it. I think Julian Phillips is going to play more than him. That's just me.
Thank you. Okay.
I got to start with the front office. They told me it's not about Zach LaVine anymore. They told me it's not about Nikola Vucevic. It's about the young guys. So they have to show me. And that's right now. Julian Phillips, as long as he's been playing these games, he's been in the lineup, in the rotation much quicker than Torrey Craig. Could be by design, but I believe that Julian Phillips is showing himself to be a hell of a player in the future, and you got to utilize him and get him the reps so you can build him up. This man can jump out the gym. He knows where he needs to be. The 3-point shot is falling. We want to make sure we build that consistency. I'm buying that he plays more than Torrey Craig simply based off what I believe he can bring to the Chicago Bulls is going to be more beneficial than Torrey Craig at this standpoint in their careers, respectively.
100% agree with that. And I think there's something. So they could go one or two ways. Either Torrey Craig didn't play a lot in preseason because Billy Donovan just knows it's like there's no point in playing Torrey Craig.
Facts.
But Julian Phillips, until he went down, was leading the Chicago Bulls in minutes played in preseason. That's above everybody.
Man.
And I like to think that there's a reason for that, right? On top of him, and keep in mind, last year, Julian Phillips, before he went down, actually did pass up Torrey Craig and started getting more minutes than Torrey Craig towards the end of that.
That's
so
true.
Maybe there's a chance that picks up right back where they left on. But like C-Dub said, there's always that caveat for Billy Donovan to do some Billy Donovan type things. And because of that, you always gotta err on the side of caution a little bit. But I'm sorry I have to do this to everybody because I try not to do this here, but you're about to see a dead body because Shea got out of pocket. You want to talk about somebody looking like Saucy Santana? Why do you look like Saucy Santana and Booker T had a love child? You shake like Saucy Santana. You got the head of Saucy Santana and the hair of Booker T. Watch yourself, okay? I usually try not to do this here. But see, you thought because we were on Locked on Bulls, Petty Roosevelt still couldn't come out.
What happened?
All right. Now, with that said, last buy or sell question for the day today. Sometimes you just got to remind people who you are, and it's unfortunate. Last buy or sell question for the day today.
What happened?
One of the bigger questions that people are left asking is why Dama Sanogo was left so out of the rotation during preseason.
Yeah.
Over or under 25 games played in meaningful minutes for Dama Sanogo this season.
I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna go over. We only got two really bigs, two bigs in Vooch and Jalen Smith. foul trouble and things like that, you're gonna have to play Sanogo. I don't think he'll play that small of a lineup, small ball lineup. I'm gonna go over, and I'm gonna buy that. Yeah, he'll play over that amount for
I'm
sure.
gonna sell it. It's gonna go back to what I've seen out of Billy Donovan all these years. You've had your quote unquote bigs, which was 2 with Vooch and Drummond, and you kind of use DJJ in that situation, and you never really played them the right way. And at least in my opinion, I'm not gonna speak for nobody else. So when it comes to Adama, I'm pulling for him, and I hope he gets the opportunity, but I just don't. Vooch is not really an injury-prone guy. Jalen Smith, I don't really know his history with injuries. I don't really see him being an injury-prone guy unless somebody want to correct me on that. I don't really see it, and I honestly see we seen a lineup yesterday with Josh Giddey and Lonzo Ball on the floor. I can guarantee that those 2 guys is gonna have a small center like Julian Phillips on the court.
What? No,
I'm expecting
no.
it.
Hey,
I'm expecting it.
Hey, wait.
I'm expecting it.
Wait till you see a lineup with either Torrey Craig or Jalen Smith as a small
That's
ball
what I'm
center
saying. I'm
and THT
expecting
as your
it,
power
bro.
forward. It's gonna happen.
Oh my God!
gonna happen, bro.
No
It's definitely
way!
gonna happen.
You better not.
I'm
do
just
that.
expecting it, bro. I can't. Again. He just Adama is one of those guys I'll be pulling for. Been trying to see him get some more NBA action so I can come to a good conclusion on how I feel about this player. But I got to go with what history shows me from Billy Donovan. I just don't see it. He's going to rely on, Montes might play center a couple games. I ain't even gonna lie to you,
Bro, Odama had he had a good preseason though. He had a good preseason when it comes to numbers. He had a double. He had 2 double-doubles this preseason, man. Come on.
The skill of Adama is not what I'm questioning. Adama has the skill. He should be playing NBA minutes. Like, it's not even, and that's what's so frustrating about it, because I don't look at Adama Sanogo. I don't care about his height. I don't care that he's technically undersized center, because to me, he's shown when you give him minutes, and you like there was that first preseason game, he looked a little bit overwhelmed at first, but he adapted. When he was getting spot minutes last season, where it was like 3-4 minutes, he did at times look like, hey, maybe the size isn't. But when you give Adama Sanogo minutes, he performs.
Bro,
like, you just got to give him time to acclimate. Like, and so it's frustrating because it's not the skill of Adama Sanogo I question. It's that if Billy Donovan is actually going to look at somebody, and that's the thing. When we got Adama Sanogo, I said, this is perfect. He's 6'9". He still is technically a small ball center. He can pass. He can do a little bit of shooting. This is perfect. Billy Donovan's going to play him. And Billy Donovan still looks at him and is like, come on, man.
He does.
Billy Donovan's like, I see you in the suburbs this weekend. Hooping for the Windy City Bulls.
But at Rosemont, they play at Rosemont.
He's like, I'll be there to root you on.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Y'all see that form on that 3 from Odama?
Listen, he got the form. It's just slow as hell. Like,
slow than the mother.
Bro, that's why it's like in this thing. But he's smart. He doesn't try to take a lot of them. He only took that because he was wide open, right?
Yep.
And again, the awareness of Adama Sanogo understands his limitations. That's why it's like, I think if you threw him out, like, for example, I don't want it to happen, but if we ran into a situation where we had injuries or whatever else, where we had to play Adama Sanogo, let's say we had to play him 10 to 12 games, we had to play him because somebody was hurt, I feel perfectly confident in it because he's going to go in, he's going to know, he's going to play towards his strengths, he ain't going to do too much, and he's going to get physical. That's exactly what you need.
Hey, man, Odama a winner, man. Didn't he win championships with
Yes,
UConn?
and he won National Player of the Year, I think, as well.
He's a winner, dude.
Maybe he was in that conversation, but yeah.
He's a winner, man. And he can rebound. He's going to be a double-double guy. No matter you play him 20 minutes, you play him 25 minutes, 15 minutes, he's going to rebound the basketball and finish around the basket. So Billy just needs to just smarten up, man. Come on, don't wear out your players, bro.
Oh, he was first team All Big East 2 years in a row.
Come on.
That's what's up, though.
He's a winner, dude.
We'll see with Billy Donovan. I'm pulling for the young fella, though. I think he definitely deserves some more opportunities, but obviously, to Haize's earlier point, it's hard to make it in this league. It is.
That's a whole lot of Simonoviches. What's Simonovic?
No, we don't need no Marco Simonovic. He's over wherever he needs to stay over there, bro. Don't get no passport. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Thank you guys for the Cognac Boys showing up again for another Friday. Y'all make sure y'all go and support them over at the Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys, where they're releasing daily content. C-Dub's the best live caller in the business. If you want someone to watch somebody while the game's going on, do a live call, y'all make sure y'all go over there and support the Cognac Boys and C-Dub over there. You already know where you can follow me at CEO Haize. And we want to thank you guys for staying locked in with Locked On Bulls for another week. And we'll see you lovely and beautiful people on Monday. Peace, y'all.
Boom. What, babe? All right, I'm coming. Show ending now.